Good morning, buenos dias, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are on this fast forward planet, which is wrapped in so many layers of turbulent change. I just have stopped counting them. This is Andy Revkin with another Sustain What episode. I've done a series of uh, programs over the years under the rubric Thriving Online, basically exploring how to use the internet, social media, our devices to make the world better or less worse. And this has included, I've written about disaster zones and the um, the challenges when bad things are unfolding in real time. How do you get to know who's missing, who's there? How do you connect people? During the Nepal earthquake, long, long time ago, I wrote about how Facebook groups were people in villages isolated with no road were able to call for helicopters and the like using Facebook. And that was a long time ago. Here now we have this terrible disaster in Venezuela, um, awful pair of earthquakes. Ultimately, sadly, more than 2,000 deaths, I'm sure. It'll get the death toll right now, I think officially is still 1,700. But it's the missing that we tend to not pay enough attention to, and the families of people who can't find their relatives or friends who can't find their friends. And here there's an example now of some programmers, some coders who have uh, jumped in to create a website that is helping people find each other in the middle of this catastrophe. It's still unfolding. And I was really happy to be able to get a hold of Jorge Bastidas, who's a coder, works commercially on many different projects, but he helped to create a website to find the people who are missing in this earthquake. So I thought we would talk a little bit about it, show how it works. And to me, what's most interesting is how he, as a person, as an individual, and the other people who are working with him have diverted from their normal uh, work, taken their skills and applied them to this scene and this disaster. It's just the kind of uh, capacity and trait that we need more of in the world right now. Um, just going to show here's a live feed from one of the TV stations that is keeping track of what's going on there. And as you mostly know, if you've been keeping track, the chances of rescuing living people are diminishing with every hour. And hopefully the rescue workers are doing what they can. And there will be more miracles, I'm sure. But getting people back connected with each other is a key priority right now. So Jorge, thank you again in Buenos Aires for taking time to join me here. Maybe, and I, of course, I don't speak Spanish, and your English skills are better than my Spanish skills, but I'll let you can speak as slowly as you need to, but just introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you normally do?
Thanks for that, Andrew. Well, right now I work as a software developer for a different kind of company. We centralize that effort on a company we create, me with my team. They call it the Empire. In this company is based on Florida, and we started working on this because the day of the earthquake in Venezuela, we tried to reach people who were working with us. We tried to reach our families, our friends. In the beginning, we can't communicate because the earthquake made the communication lost, and we start to working on this website an hour after the earthquake and try to get on the web the more faster we can. And the first thing we did was develop this website with a backend and front end is a minimal requirements for having this on a database, and people can report their families who they can communicate or they can reach, and other people can uh, uh, update this location of the people and left their contact number or contact address for that families can reach the the people we have for the website. Right now, we have like more of 50,000 of people reported, and we have the, more than 10,000 people uh, re- located on our website. That is a great effort we can reach with the volunteers we have right now occupying our website. They report the people who is located, they report people who is in hospital, who is in refugee centers. And also right now we have a lot of volunteers helping us to separate all these records and identify every each of them for can have eh, the more detailed data and can help to families to reach each of them, each of
Right.
these people we have.
Can you describe a little bit about the work that needs to happen to have that to build this so quickly? Are there existing projects you already work on that have that kind of design? You know, people needing to connect with each other. How does that? Or did you just have to start from zero?
Yeah, we start from zero. We didn't have any kind of software like this. We support a lot of AI. We use cloud for build the main things we need for reach the this website. This website in technology is doing with TypeScript. That is the language we use for update all these. And also we use AWS for our servers. We deploy all these on AWS. We also work on the security of this website. We
Sure.
implement reCAPTCHA, we implement firewalls, we implement limits for consult or for ask for our APIs. And well, this page, the first version was made in a couple of hours because we need a fast response for this.
Yeah.
And when we up this application, we start to receive more than thousands of reports every minute, every 10 minutes. So the traffic we have there was very, very big in the beginning. So uh, we have to implement a lot of security recommendations, also amplify our our architecture for can handle this type of request in the
Sure.
website.
Um, it's very encouraging to see the number of people who are connected, located right here, and so you're providing an important service here right away. The facial recognition aspect is really interesting too. That I saw that I think Google. There have been there were other efforts I was looking at earlier. Oh, Trace the Face, which is a website for refugees, has a facial recognition tool for people again who are moving, not necessarily from a disaster. It just strikes me as very interesting that that's a capacity now. So if you rescue somebody and they're unconscious, you could do the facial thing. Has that been, can you tell how much use that's had?
Yes, we'll implement the facial recognition with a collaboration with a company called LaveCO. and they give us their AI model for us. We can uh, adapt this model with the image we have on the website, and can help to hospitals and refugee centers where come people who can identify themselves. They can help with this this tool for can recognize their people and also report they are located and their family can reach with them. And right now we in the days are happen, we see the use of this tool is the second one on our platform, 50%, 12% of our traffic goes to this tool
Mm.
of facial recognition, and they that is 400 people using it right now. This tool,
Wow.
we'll still try to communicate to all another hospitals and another centers to explore and expand this tool for if it can help them to recognize people on these places.
Yeah, I could see, like, if a hospital takes a picture of someone who's not conscious or a baby, and someone who's a relative has a picture, and they're both posting it, then it can basically, is AI or something useful for saying, ah, that's the same person?
Yeah. The AI do the math, and where a people is recognized there, it immediately receive the match of people who can be this person, and they can identify them. And also, when they report, we want to their family get that report, and they can go to the place and check
Wow.
for them.
And sadly, I'll say, this will be useful for identifying victims who did not survive too, right?
Maybe, yeah, and that is a hard thing for us because,
Yeah.
well, it's a lot of people who get affected from this earthquake. Like we see, we have a lot of people identified, but
Right.
also we have a great number of people who still doesn't get identified. So we want to do of our effort to identify the majority of them, even
Right.
if we have one of them not identified, we are doing all of effort for can reach all of them.
Wow. Well, it's how many people are involved? With the volunteers you're talking about, coders or who others?
Well, the main team is involved for 10 people right now.
Hmm.
People who helps on communication, on logistic, also on coding this platform. And we have right now on our platform more 300 volunteers. We have 300 people who recommend information or suggest information for get more detailed data for each person. Also, we have integrators, like 100 of integration would consume this information through APIs. We have an API available for people can get the information and do another initiative with this data. Also, we have 100 of auditors who can reach this information, download them. We share also users and of auditor to ONGs like OEA, like ONU, like another kind of organization for they can have access to this data and can help with us on the reach of every person we have in in this website.
So you're looking for more. Are you looking for more help and more partners with the API and the like?
Yeah, right now we are working like with 100 of initiative of citizens who also want to help in this disaster we have on Venezuela. There is a lot of areas working on this right now. There are people receiving donation. There are people receiving basic products of first necessity. There are people who is helping refugees where they lost their home. There are people, medicals who are helping to people who need medical assistance because hospitals in Venezuela right now uh, they are collapsed of a lot of people we have uh, uh, in this emergency right now.
Right. Right now, we're looking. These are people who are in hospitals, and it's a way for people who are missing people to identify possibly where they are. It's a long list. When you go to the bottom here, you see this is page one of 2,920 pages. That's a lot
Yeah,
of people.
it's a lot of people. We
Although
do
I'll
our
tell you,
best.
when I looked yesterday, it was 3,030 pages. So the number of pages is shrinking. Good news.
Yes.
But it's really tough. You said you initially started because you had colleagues who are Venezuelan, and what's been their situation? Have was there anyone who had been directly affected and had positive results?
Most of people I know, they are okay right now. They pass through fear about about this earthquake. A lot of people lose material things, but the life are okay. But there are others, families or friends who lost family in these earthquakes, who being in the principal affected area was the La Guaira. That is where the earthquakes do more damage, and is the place where we have the more registers of disappearing people. Right now, I think that 13% of people come from La Guaira. And through this initiative, we know people, we know friends who they can locate their family, they locate their friends, people's friends and families text us and say, "Hey, I find my friend is this website. I find my family on this website," and for us that was very recomforting for continue with this labor, continue with this task, because we see this can help people, this can help a lot of person to find their families.
Well, I really appreciate your filling us in on the situation and how this effort by a bunch of programmers and other people with other skills to help identify connections between people who are missing in the Venezuelan earthquake and people who desperately need to know their situation, where they are, what hospital they're in. It's a brilliant bit of innovative work that's different than feeding people on the ground, which World Central Kitchen is doing, and the rescue teams that have flown there from all over the world. Those are vital activities as well. But this is clearly another one. If there, AI for good is not just a hashtag. Programmers for good exist. We live in a world where online activity is often attacked and most of it is kind of not productive and not helping the world, but some of it is doing exactly that. And this effort by Jorge Bastidas and his colleagues is certainly that kind of thing. If you look at the bottom there, that's the website to go to. And I don't want to waste too much of your time. You have a lot of work to do on this, and also your regular work when you ever get back to that. Thank you for all that you're doing, and maybe we'll check back in. When the number is lower. It's just to me. I'll give you a moment in a minute. Everyone, if you want to know the scale here of what Venezuela is facing in areas like LaGuardia, just go to this website and note that this page I've been scrolling is page 1 of 2,920 pages of people who are still not located. That it's a tragedy. Some aspects of it can be ameliorated by connecting people with, and again, this is a great effort. So, any last thoughts, Jorge, before you get back to work?
Well, first, thanks for the space, Andrew, and thanks for make more people can know of this initiative. For can they find their family or they can report their family. Also, we are working right now on leave this technology available for everyone who need it. We're going to open the code and also sharing with other people, because this is our tragedy, this is our earthquake, but in all over the world, things like this happens every day. So we want to share this with the community, and for they can apply this same technology on every disaster or another emergency situation for when people need it.
That's great to hear. What's the best way for people to contact you? Just to go to that website?
Yeah, they can go to the website. Also, we have an email called soporte@deempiretech.tech. Sorry.
Support.
Soporte at theempire.tech. That is our domain. They can reach to that email, and we always monitorize that email for any recommendation, any suggestion, any people who want to talk with us and who want to share their initiative, or if they want to collaborate with us also.
That's great. So showing support spelled the English way. Does that work?
In Spanish, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's hold on. Let me see if I can find it here. Contacto. Does that work? Contacto at the Empire.
Yeah, that works too.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to substitute here so people can see this afterwards. There we go. Contacto at theempire.tech. Thanks again, Jorge, and good luck with this. And
thanks to you, Andre.
And what you said about the applicability is sadly too true. I've written many times about earthquake hazards around the world, and there'll be more. And of course, we have war. That. There's lots more dislocated people, and the more we can focus on these kinds of solutions, the better. Thank you again. This is Andy Revkin. Contacto at theempire.tech, theempire.tech to get involved, and do what you can to support organizations who are doing the groundwork as well in Venezuela for this earthquake. I'll be writing about that as well. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Hold on one second.